Really.
Cool. Who are you and what's your connection to Mama Coco's?
Well, I am Jesse Turits. Currently my connection to Mama Coco's is by a hand. But I met Lass through acting school. She let me know what was up, and then I hit up Mr. Oliver, Sir Ignatius, and I'm so entranced by this bird. And and I'm gonna get used to this after a while. Let's shorten this. So basically, I heard about Mama Coco's through a friend, and I'm like, I'm looking for a good DIY. Someone's gonna listen to me, not steal my money, and do what I wanted, how I wanted it done. And so I contacted the studio, and then I went forth and scheduled some stuff, and it was probably one of the better choices I've ever made in my life. So.
And you've done.
I've done
stuff. You've done Slew.
Yeah, I've done Slew. Yes, I've done. I guess a couple records now. I did my first real release, my first full-length release with them. It would have never come out like it did if I tried to do it on my own or anywhere else, really, probably. And then there's Slew of Young Gentlemen, which was an absolute pleasure to be asked to do. A bunch of us. I like to run around calling Slew a supergroup, but then people get mad at us because, you know, we're not the Traveling Wilburys, but I think we are a supergroup. That's a great album. You should check it out. I listen to it every day.
Traveling Wilburys?
Oh no, Slew, man. Or both. I'll intercut them. It sounds the same, really, when it comes down to it. Bunch of homeboys doing something.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
So what does the MCFK community mean?
Ooh. Wow. I'm thinking about that. It's good. A lot of things. I want to narrow it down. MCFK community to me is fun and reliable. I just made it sound like a toy that you'd buy for your kid, but no, I mean, like, look, I
made it sound like Quicken.
Yeah. Fun and reliable software by MCFK. No, it's like, you know, if there's a show going on, or if someone wants some extra vocals or harmonica or something laid down, they call me up. I know I'm gonna have a good time, and I know I can trust whoever's there. When I make an album, I know there's countless amount of people that I would be able to call on just to play music for the sake of playing music. No one's out to get your gut, no one's out to get your money, no one's out to get anything in particular other than just the joy of each other in music. I mean, I'm a big folkie, so as my mom always said, who plays folk music? Folk, you know. So MCFK community is just a bunch of folk. I'm gonna get really specific sometime soon, and it'll be great. This is so fun. I feel like I'm mastering the gyroscopic nature.
So, first of all, what did you say?
I'm mastering Coco's gyroscopic nature.
And then you get specific?
Oh no, I feel like I'm just talking, which I mean I'm
no, that's good. That's what we want.
I'm just talking. Good.
That's what we're
important. Yeah.
All right. So say we got. So what do you imagine that we could do if we had some funding for the first time?
Oh my God.
In our existence.
Well, first of all, we won't drown. I say we won't have to build an ark. With however many qubits we have. But what we do with funding, we...
That was the grossest Lester fart I've ever heard.
That was a pretty intense one, you gotta say.
Yeah,
It sounded wet.
Yeah, he stood up.
Yeah, you do it,
He stood up to do it.
I'm like, yeah. He's mooning me now. So yeah, you smelled that? Okay, let's see. If MCFK had some money, what could we do with it? Great question. With money, okay. First of all, hold on. Let's see. When I recorded my track, I was so excited. My album. I was so excited to finally find out that there was a piano in the room. We are a huge community of individuals that all know how to do a bunch of random stuff that all comes together. Okay, starting again. I was doing a tap solo during my album on a 2x4 on a piece of cement. We tried many different variations of that. First it was on top of a table, then somewhere in the middle of the floor, but the carpeting had, you know, squashed the sound a little bit. And I wound up being on a 2x4 on the staircase. I'd done that before. I'm Shirley Temple. And basically, after I had done that, Oliver Ignatius came up to me, and he was elated with joy. He ran up to my 2x4, and it's all smiles, right? Just ecstatic. And I'm like, oh wow! I mean, I was offbeat, but wow! And he says, let's take that again. But I gotta say, this defines the beautiful cycle that is Mama Coco's. Your genius makes our madness genius. Our madness makes your genius madness. There's something about genius and madness. I can say that again so it gets a little clearer. But point is, with money, we're a bunch of mad geniuses. So, see, yeah, she agrees. And so, therefore, with more money, we'd be able to... God, this is such a fucking hard question. How could we do it? I don't know, because I can't even, like, imagine.
We could build a new studio from scratch for one thing.
Yeah, for one thing. I wanted to get creative, Oliver, but whatever. Okay, what could Mama Coco's Funky Kitchen do with more money? We could build a bigger, better, stronger kitchen. We could put on some insane shows. I think more importantly, we could have a greater effect on the New York music community. Sounds cheesy and like something someone told me to say, but they didn't. And I think that Mama Coco's musicians are probably the brightest, most daring artists I've ever met, and I've met a lot of artists. After I started working with all these guys, suddenly all of my major influences became friends of mine. Suddenly I went from idolizing celebrities and folk icons and finding really big inspiration from all genres, all musicians in Mama Coco's that I could go and meet at one of the shindigs that went down, you know? So with more money, we could do greater things, influence more people, and just kind of make art like it was meant to be made, which is with a bunch of people in one space doing something for the sake of art, not for anything more than that. Sadly, you need money to do that.
All right, you want to add anything else?
Maybe. I don't know, man. I was walking over here, I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a super chill interview. Yeah, I totally know exactly what I want to say. And I'm sitting here now, and I'm like, it's... Oliver, you should, like, interview people for Time Magazine or something. Like, you're just doing the hard questions.
Hey, George.
So I'm gonna hang out. Me and Coco.
Alright, good?
Yeah, we're good.